I'm Kaitlyn Bristowe. Your session is now starting.
Welcome
to the Hi.
Hi.
How are you both doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited to talk to you both because your humor is right up my alley and you two are so funny. And I love that you have a podcast now. So I wanted to do a little introduction of who you are and one thing that your friend would say about you when you leave the room.
Okay. So my name is Jennifer and I'm an interior designer and now I guess a podcaster. And I co-host the podcast with my friend Angie, whom we call Pumps. And if if I left the room and my friends were still sitting at a table, they would say, God, she's bossy.
Oh my God, that's exactly what I was just thinking. That's what I was going to say.
It's true. I am bossy.
We love a boss.
I'm Angie and I am an attorney. I practice divorce law, which is like family law. I have 3 children and now I am a co-host of the podcast with Jenny. And I would say that she would say about me, she's just a mess.
That's exactly what I would say. She's just a total
Just a hot mess all the time.
A walking catastrophe.
Yeah.
You look so put together though. So I love that you can be both.
Oh, thank you. I'm really not. It's completely your eyesight.
That's just a veneer.
Yeah, right.
Screen. Yeah.
That's hilarious. So your podcast is called I've Had It. And so you kind of talk about, like I've had it with this or like gender reveals or National Everything Day. And it's just so funny to listen to. So I wanted to know this week, what have you had it with?
Well, universally, it always, almost all roads with what we've had it with lead to one common theme, which is a yak mouth. Somebody who will not shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Somebody who's repairing something at your house and they want to tell you the minutia of the dishwasher and how water goes in and goes out. It's supposed to start. I'm like, I don't want to fucking know that. I don't want any of those details. Fix the dishwasher, leave the bill, move on down the road. So in general, we've had it with stuff like that. This week in particular, I've had it with people that over post on Instagram,
which we're kind of bad about.
Not on our personal accounts.
No, but
Kylie posts the podcast because we're promoting the podcast, but on our personal accounts, I maybe post once every 10 days.
Right.
Once every 10 days. That's good.
I just think there's some people that I follow that I've now muted, and it's like, we're going to get coffee. And now I'm going home and then I'm thinking about wearing this or this. And now I'm going to put my makeup on and show everybody. And then I'm going to eat lunch. And here's a picture of my lunch. I'm just like, shut the fuck up. None of this is extraordinary.
Right.
All of this is very average shit that you're doing. I want to see the good shit.
Yeah.
Did you win a marathon today? Did you do, something interesting other than these benign activities that people just trot out. And then I look and it gets all these likes and I'm like, are we just embracing this, that Heather got up and got a cup of coffee today, and so we're going to throw out 10,000 likes on that? It really bugs the shit out of me.
I am so on the same page as you right now because I've had it with myself trying to be that person to post all the time. I've had it with myself where I wake up and I go, okay, well, I saw on TikTok, somebody said if you do 2 Instagram stories in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 2 at night, the algorithm will help your Instagram. And that's why these people are getting more likes. So I've had it with 2 things, myself trying to be that person because it's not me to just like try and do that. And also I've had it with the algorithm of Instagram because I'm like, why are we I want to see the extraordinary stuff too. It's supposed to be a highlight reel. Actually, I want to see the low lows too. I want to see your lowest moments and your highest moments.
Right, the salacious moment.
If somebody's in the middle of like a complete spiral and they're saying that, I'm totally in on that.
Right.
I want to see that train wreck go down. Go ahead and pop up IG Live, screenshot like hateful texts between you and your cheating husband. Go ahead and post them. I'll screenshot them before they're deleted. I'm totally down with that type of overshare. I'm totally down. But do you remember when Instagram first came out and it was really like artsy?
Yes.
I miss that part of Instagram.
Are you guys on TikTok?
Yes.
What do you prefer?
Loosely. I was going to say that's a very loosely yes.
We have a millennial that produces our show and she runs the TikTok.
Right.
I get on TikTok to check our account out. And then I'll go and look at my For You page and like My sons, who are 20 and 16 years old, they're like, oh my God, your For You page is so weird. Because I've got Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I've got like political stuff, and then French bulldogs. And it's like this really weird thing to them. And so the For You page and the algorithm of TikTok is really a window to somebody's soul.
That's what I was going to say. I feel so exposed if people see my For You page. Like, I'm like, oh God.
I don't ever get on it except to look at our site. And then I look at like Navarro Cheer and Trinity Valley Cheer. Remember that show Cheer on Netflix? Like I was into that.
It really is impressive. My niece is in cheer, and I took her to one of the live shows in New York and seeing them do that live. And they were on a tour. They're doing that every day to their bodies, like just bending backwards, and like it's crazy.
No, it's nuts. It's a whole lot different than when I was cheering in 1988, where it was just like a few kicks and a goatee.
Couple cartwheels.
They're like serious athletes.
Yeah, they really are. And what about you? What have you had it with this week?
I've had it with my kids' sporting events starting so late. He's a junior in high school, and he has games that start at 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And I just think that's too late because then we don't get home till 10, 11. And I like to go to bed super early because I get up super early. So I'm not madly in love with sports starting so late.
That is kind of an unreasonable time to especially finish a game, because I'm one of those weirdos though where I'm not a morning person. I am a night person, but I like going to bed early. So really I'm just like depressed maybe because I sleep a lot. I'm not sure.
I'm a big early to bed. We're both early to bed, early to risers. And I'm better in the morning.
Yeah, I shine in the mornings.
Oh, I suck in the morning.
Best version of me in the morning.
Right.
I am
between like 5 and 9.
I'm the most creative. I'm the most conversational. I'm in the best mood. I am the best. But when I was younger, I was not a morning person. This happens as you get older, and then you become more and more agoraphobic, or at least that has happened to me. And I want to stay at home. And like a lot of people have like fear of missing out. I have like fear of missing my bed.
Right.
Like I am not scared at all about missing a big party. I'm like, God, that's going to suck so bad if I have to go to that event and I miss out binge watching mindless television with my French bulldogs in the comfort, safety of my nice bed with nice high thread count.
That's a fair fear. I'm kind of with, I used to be all about going out and getting to all the events and having fun. And now I'm the same way, where if I can just have my golden retrievers and my bed, that's like my level 10 happiness is in that moment. Yeah. What are you binge watching right now?
Well, I just finished The Diplomat.
I finished that too.
I thought that was good. And then I just started the Hulu one, Tiny Beautiful Things, with Catherine Hahn, and I love her.
Yes, that's on my list.
It's good. It's really watchable. I'm watching a documentary right now. It's 4 parts about this the largest chimp colony they have found in Africa, and they follow these chimpanzees, and there's like 150 that live in one tribe together, and I don't know how they got in there to get them. And it's like a rival chimp gang that are the Westerners, and these, my son and I are so into it. The French bulldogs are totally into it, but it's amazing because we share like 98% of our DNA with chimps. And so it's really interesting to get this bird's eye view of them, not in the zoo. And I kind of like stuff.
What
like
channel is that on? I think I'd like it.
I think it's Netflix. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Oh, wait, what's it called? I would like that too.
I think it's called Chimp Empire or something about, it's only 4 episodes. It's so good. And then they like the mothers, and they have the baby chimps. There was this really disturbing scene where this one mother, she has like a 4-year-old chimp, and she's decided she wants to have another baby.
Yeah.
Well, the baby chimps stay close to their mother at all times. So this particular mother chimp is going out, trotting around, trying to get the males. So the male comes over and they start having sex, and her like baby chimp is trying to break it up. So there's not a lot of boundaries in like the sex lives of chimps. So I found that kind of interesting. And then there's like the alpha male chimp, and then some of the other chimps try to come up and take down the alpha male. I'm telling you, it's really, really good.
That sounds fascinating.
It's really good.
I love a
It's
good
really
documentary.
Yeah.
I love a good documentary too, especially you had me at chimps. I just love any animal, but I find them so fascinating. But I didn't know that percentage was 98%.
98% the same DNA as human beings.
Oh my gosh.
You'll love it. If you love animals and like science, and it's so great because it finds them, there's a complete community of them completely in nature, undisturbed in this, in the rainforest in Africa. It's fascinating.
It also sounds like it could be relatable too, because my dogs hate it when I have sex and they try and stop me too. Like, that sounds like my dogs. Okay, are you looking for summer's it bra? Well, I've found it for you. It's Third Love's 24/7 t-shirt bra, now available in a timeless and versatile white shade, perfect to go under all your summer outfits. And every outfit starts with its first layer, so why not make it an amazing one? With a smoothing band and no-slip pleated straps, all-day comfort and support is possible in 13 colors, including 7 shades of neutral. Available in 60-plus sizes, you'll walk away with a bra that actually fits, making every day a great boob day. Don't believe us? Well, one, I'm offended. I would never lie to you. And the 37,000-plus 5-star reviews prove that this bra is the real deal. So visit thirdlove.com to find your fit and shop their best-selling bras. Get $15 off your first purchase. This week's Grape Therapy is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Now, I knows whether you love a true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews, news, even motivational speakers, you get to call the shots on what is in your podcast queue, right? And guess what? Now you can call the shots on your auto insurance too. Enter the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. So the Name Your Price tool puts you in charge of your auto insurance by working just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and then they'll show you a variety of coverages that fit within your budget, giving you options. And that's something you're going to want to press play on. It's super easy to start a quote, and you'll be able to choose the best option for you really fast. It's just one of the many ways you can save with Progressive Insurance. Quote today at progressive.com to try the Name Your Price tool for yourself and join the over 29 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Okay, so that Netflix show is a yay, which leads me to my next segment called Yay or Nay. Have you had it with this or not? Can you tell I like your theme of your podcast? I would like to know, like, a simple, like, yay, sounds good, or like, nay, boo, can't handle it. Crop tops.
For younger people, I think they're fine. For people that are older, not fine. That's a big fat nay.
What's the age limit?
I disagree with her. I think if an older person has a great body and it looks good, then wear it. But
yeah, I think no.
See, I would be so happy if I saw like some grandma walking through the grocery store with a crop top on. I would be like, get it, grandma.
I would admire it.
Okay, that's fair.
But Trump's also has all of these rules, like older women have to do this and can do this and can't do that.
I am kind of bad about that.
I say all of that.
Yes.
Because in my mind, like, I work out, I exercise, I try to look the best I can. So I'm not going to apply some societal constraint because my friend Pumps, who thinks she's 80, says that women can't wear crop tops. If I buy a crop top and it looks hot on me and looks good, I'm wearing it. I wore a crop top with a skirt, super cute, to the US Open in September of last year in New York. It was the Gucci Adidas collection, and it was like a little yellow crop top and skirt. Looked adorable, and I was 48 at the time.
Yeah,
I'm still 48.
I'm just like, I don't want to be that woman that everybody points out that she's trying to be so much younger than she is, and it looks like I try too hard.
I got you. Okay, what about Coachella?
Out.
Had it. Absolutely
I've
had it.
with Coachella. The content, I get it. People like music. I like music too. But I don't know why, and I'm not sure why it irritates me so bad. But I've just had it with Coachella.
Yeah, it's too much. It's hot. It's sweaty. It's too many people. It's everything I hate about an event.
I hate group activities.
Yeah.
I do not like a group activity. I do not have any desire to go to a place where thousands of other people are going. I do follow a couple of influencers online, and it was all about, like, we're at Coachella, showing the outfits off in Coachella, hyper posting Coachella. And I think, I really hate this person. I need to mute them. I need to unfollow them. I looked at every single post. Sometimes if we've had it with, we feed the had it. Like,
right.
We feed the rage. There's something kind of delicious about that.
You like hate watched.
Yeah, exactly.
I do the same thing. Like, I'm like, oh, I hate it. And then I'm like, wow, I'd really like to look like her in that outfit. And then I like it and comment. And then I go to the next one, I get annoyed, and then I'll do it all over again. But okay, what about Taylor Swift and her Eras tour?
I'd say that's a big fat yes. I love Taylor Swift. I mean, I think she's unbelievably talented. So, I mean, I would go to a Taylor Swift concert, even though there's a million people there.
My girlfriend just said that she was looking at tickets for 2. It was like $9,000. Like, people are paying an obnoxious amount of money to go to Taylor Swift.
I just had some girlfriends that took their daughters down to the Houston show, and their tickets were like $2,500 a piece, which, I mean, they were good seats, but they weren't the best seats.
Yeah.
And I just thought, that's kind of eating up with the dumb shits a little bit. But I can't say I wouldn't do it if I had $5,000 sitting around. But,
Right.
I mean, I think it's pretty fun to go to one of her concerts.
Oh, yeah. It's full entertainment.
I'm neutral on the Taylor Swift stuff. I like her songs. I'm not like a super fan of Taylor Swift, nor am I like a super disliker of Taylor Swift. I have spent an inordinate amount of money going to tennis matches, like to the French Open, to Wimbledon, to the U.S. Open.
That's your Taylor Swift.
That's right. Rafa Nadal. And then there's this, ladies that listen to this podcast, listen to me like you've never listened to me before. Go to your Instagram account and type in the name Matteo Berrettini. He is an Italian tennis player that is the hottest piece of ass I have ever seen in my entire life. He is a top 10 tennis player. He's a model for Hugo Boss. You can thank me later. Go pull it up.
Oh, no, he's
right
hot.
now. Matteo, Matteo Berrettini. And all you can say to me after you pull it up is, Jennifer, I cannot thank you enough for bringing this precious, hot piece of ass into my life.
Yeah, but we're not sexualizing him at all.
Well, he's like 28.
He is quite beautiful. And yeah, thank you.
So he's my favorite hot tennis player. And then another one who's hot, but who is like an incredible tennis player that I'm a huge fan of, is Rafa Nadal. And so my husband and I went to Paris last year, went to the French Open. He won. Spoiler alert. It was fantastic. Larry David was also in attendance, who I'm
obsessed with him.
I love that.
Yes.
I love him so much.
Yeah.
Okay, do you like pickleball?
Oh, God. Oh, God. I mean, obviously, you know the answer to this question.
My response to this, you ask me, do you like pickleball? My response would be, is a fat dog heavy? And the answer is yes. A fat dog is very heavy.
Is a fat dog heavy? I always say, does a duck's boner drag in the weeds?
Oh, my God. I haven't heard that. I've heard bear shit in the woods, but a duck boner in the weeds. We have to use that.
Yeah, you can.
I'm obsessed with pickleball.
I love pickleball. I play every single day.
Do you play every day?
Every day. Immediately upon the conclusion of this podcast recording, I will drive home, immediately do a costume change, and I have a match, a pickleball match this afternoon. And it is a very important match to me, just like tomorrow's match will be important and the day after that will be important. I am dead fucking serious about pickleball.
I love this.
She makes fun of me. She's jealous. She ridicules me.
I don't ridicule you.
She does.
I do not.
She browbeats me. She makes fun of me.
I just make fun of you that you talk about it all.
She rolls her eyes. She shames me for it. She does. She does.
So wait, you don't play pickleball and you do?
No, I do not play pickleball, but Jennifer is a devout pickleballer.
I felt that passion through the screen. Like, yes.
I love it, love it, love it. And the jealousy, you could hear the jealousy seeps out in this relationship.
Yes.
It's seeping out onto your podcast. And I want to apologize to you, Kaitlyn, because we try to keep this contained over at the I've Had It podcast.
Right.
But her jealousy is such a beast unto itself. Here it comes, just.
But there you go. It's kind of your shtick, like the jealous one over the pickleball, and then it's just like very on brand right now. All right, so I've been obviously very open about my hair journey. I feel like I've been on it for 7 years now, and for a while I felt maybe a little bit alone. But then I learned that there are millions of Americans experiencing thinning hair, and not only is it common, it's normal. It's really not openly talked about as much as I would like to see, which can make you feel really lonely. So join the thousands of women that are standing up for their strands by doing something about it with Nutrafol. If you watch my Instagram stories, or listen to the pod, which you're doing right now, so duh, then you already know how in love I am with Nutrafol. I've been on it for 2 years, and it has become such an important part of my daily routine, and I think it will be forever, if I'm being honest. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement for women. It's clinically shown to improve your hair growth, visible thickness, and visible scalp coverage. I've definitely noticed that. They have 4 unique formulas to support women, and each is physician formulated using natural, drug-free, medical-grade ingredients so you get the most reliable results. You can go to Nutrafol.com, take their hair health wellness quiz, and identify causes of your thinning hair. Then Nutrafol will give you a personalized plan for better hair growth through whole body wellness. And in a clinical study, 86% of women reported improved hair growth after 6 months. Take the first step to visibly thicker, healthier hair. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering my listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code VINE. Find out why over 4,000 healthcare professionals recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code VINE. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code VINE. Okay, do you ever feel tightness in your tummy just sitting in rush hour traffic, or get sick to your stomach before a big presentation? Well, that's because your gut, not your brain, is responsible for your stress response. So to manage stress and feel calm and in control, you have to give your gut what it needs to thrive. So personally, I trust Just Thrive probiotics because it's recommended by some of the biggest names in the health industry. It is a game changer for helping you sidestep gas, bloat, constipation, and it's been shown to help flip the switch on stress so that you can feel confident and in control. For next level stress management, I personally pair the probiotic with Just Thrive's breakthrough new formula, Just Calm. Just Calm's proprietary ingredients have been clinically proven to do the almost unimaginable, and that's reduce perceived stress, improve sleep quality and energy, and even encourage better focus and flow. You can learn more about the groundbreaking company in the Good Gut Health episode from December 21st, where I went into depth with Tina, the co-founder. It was such an incredible episode. And right now, you can save 20% off this dynamic duo bundle of Just Thrive Probiotic and Just Calm when you go to justthrive.com and use code VINE at checkout. And while you're there, be sure to check out all the other research-based gut and immune health products. There's even a probiotic for your fur baby, okay? We love that. All with the bottom of the bottle guarantee. Are you really competitive too?
Yes.
But I would say your competitive streak wasn't, I mean, it really blossomed through the pickleball.
It did. I mean, I've always been an achiever.
Right.
I'm
High
an
achiever.
interior designer, and I want to be the best. And so when I started pickleball, I started first with tennis. My husband's a really good tennis player, and we're big tennis fans, but I started taking tennis lessons a couple of years ago. Tennis is hard. I mean, it is a very difficult sport. So then some girlfriends were like, let's try pickleball. So we tried it. And growing up, I did like tap, jazz, ballet, and cheerleading. Yeah. So my mother's like this super open-minded, progressive person and raised me as such. But when it came to girls being in sports, she's 80 years old now. She was kind of sexist. She was kind of like, oh, girls can't play sports. You need to be in ballet. She kind of had that older, like boomer mindset about it.
Yep.
But like politically, she's a feminist. She's super progressive. And so it was this really weird thing. So I just did like girl things like ballet and cheerleading. So then I started playing pickleball, and I had no hand-eye coordination, Kaitlyn. Like I had to lesson after lesson after lesson with my coach, Antonio. And now I'm like right in there. I play with a bunch of lesbians, and these bitches, I'm telling you, lesbians have their shit together in their lives and on the pickleball courts. They are like the best of all women. Like they are so good, and they would always beat me. And now I'm getting to where I'm like either going even or I'm starting to beat the lesbians.
Are you the one that says you're a non-practicing lesbian?
That's her.
That's me.
I love that term. Wait, tell me more. I feel like people can relate to this. What makes you say that?
Well, she started calling me a non-practicing lesbian years ago because I love sports. I love college football. I love University of Oklahoma football, which is where I went to school. I love women's softball. I love women's basketball. I hate to shop.
She hates dating men.
I hate
That was the kicker for it.
all the stereotypical things that our man and a woman would be. I'm the exact opposite. I don't want to talk about my feelings, all of that stuff. So I've always been the non-practicing lesbian. And then our producer, Kylie, is a lesbian, and she keeps telling me they're going to pull me over. Like, there's still time for me.
Yeah.
I think there's time. I think women are breaking out of the closet at all ages. And I think that the time is prime for pumps to just take those hinges, fly them right off of that closet and just come out.
Here's the deal. I cannot imagine a scenario in which my life would not be better if I was lesbian.
Right?
But I'm not. But I mean, like, I think I would have a much better life.
Right. I think it would be better to have a wife than a husband.
1,000,000% I'd rather have a wife than a husband all day long. If I could be a lesbian, if it was just like a straight up choice, I totally would be. I would have been a long time ago.
The last thing, it's called If I'm Being Honest. I always have my guests confess something to me. So if you have a confession, you know, where we just lighten the load, say something, get something off our chest, something that maybe wouldn't be acceptable to other people. I know when my podcast producer was talking to, I think she mentioned the like wiping back to front, which is just, I can start because I was kind of inspired by the wiping moment. And I realized when I don't know how old I was when I realized this, but I was going to a dance competition. I was too old. I was probably like 17. I was going to a dance competition and I was saying something about how I had beats the night before. And so I got scared because I said, when I stood up and turned around to wipe, and then my mom was like, what do you mean you stood up and turned around? And I was like, well, you know how you like stand up and turn around to look while you.
Oh gosh.
And she was like, nobody does that. And I thought that's just how you did it. And I guess I remembered from a young age when you're like 2 and your parents had to help you, you stand up and you turn around. And that just stuck with me. And then I was like, I guess that's a weird thing that I did for a lot of my life. So are you feeling inspired or what?
You've been twirling at the toilet since you were 2.
Right.
I really have. What's wrong with me?
Are you going first?
Okay. So I would say that probably one of the more embarrassing things that I do is right at the daylight savings time where it gets dark early. I think that's fallback. And it gets dark around like 5:30. I absolutely love losing the hour of sunlight because I can go home and put on my pajamas at like 5:30, 5:40, and I don't feel like such a fucking loser. Right. In this spring forward shift that's going on right now, I'm like, oh my God, it's still light outside. Am I the biggest loser on the planet putting my PJs on? And a lot of times I'm just like, you know what? So be it. My dogs might be a little disappointed in me, but we're just gonna plow through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. That's a good one too. I feel like everyone always like celebrates when it's the spring forward and it's lighter for longer. And I grew up in Alberta in Canada where it would stay light until like 10 p.m. and it was terrible.
That would freak me out so bad.
So weird.
I was looking at the clock last night and it was only 6:30 and I was like, God, I really want to get in bed, but it's too early.
Yeah, I do that a lot, but sometimes I just get into bed at 6:30 anyways, and then I watch a show and then all of a sudden it's like 11 and I'm like, what am I doing?
What happened?
Yeah, what the hell happened?
Okay, so mine is probably that I love to pick my nose. It's one of my favorite things. I like to do it in the car. I like to do it all the time.
I respect the hell out of that, and I'll tell you why. Because I realized how much I also enjoy this. So I got a 74 Bronco, and I have been obsessed with driving it everywhere. And I forget that now people are looking at it because they're like, whoa, that's an old school Bronco. And I was like, wow, you really can't pick your nose in these things anymore. Like, you can't get away with picking your nose in a Bronco because everyone's looking at your car, which means everyone's looking. And I'm like, I can't do that as much. And then I missed it. And I was like, I must really enjoy that. Well, I appreciate you both so much. I can't wait for my listeners to learn about your podcast if they haven't already.
Thank you so much for having us. It's been fun.
And also tell everybody where they can find you and your podcast and everything.
Okay, you can find us on like TikTok, Instagram. It's at I've Had It. My personal account is at Ms. Welch, and it's MIZZWELCH. Pumps.
I'm at Pumps on Instagram. And then I've Had It podcast on all the podcast platforms.
Thank you so much. And you guys have a good rest of your day. Good luck at your pickleball tonight.
Thank you.
It's always
Thank you so much. It is. All right. Bye.
Bye. Thanks so much.
Okay. Bye. I'm Kaitlyn Bristowe. Your session is now ending. And if I'm being honest, I wouldn't mind a rating and review.